Well, hello, boys and girls. It's your favourite Grumpy Granny from Grogy's Patch, and I'm back again with another one of my little famous nuggets. Yes, I am indeed. Now, today is very special because a lot of you have been nagging me to do a nugget or a tutorial on how to do the Hayfro Sales store reset. Yes, you have indeed. No, still not going to do it. Bad luck. But I have conceded a little bit because I think it's important for everyone to know how to end and sell similar and to do it in the bulk editor so that you can make bulk alterations to your listings, or if you do want to do an end and sell similar on a certain amount of listings in your store to help perhaps improve your sales. So I'm going to show you that today. Now you will have to bear with me because I am doing this through StreamYard, and I am going to try and do this in one take. So you're going to get me warts and all, and with all the stuff ups. I will not be editing out any of my faux pas, so fingers crossed I don't do too badly. My main problem is going to be making sure that I'm sharing the right screen, I think, because it's a little bit hard to know whether you are actually sharing the right screen or not. Anyway, let us get to it and see what is going to happen. I am going to start off by sharing my screen here, and I'm going to go to my active listings page. And I'm going to show you what to do. So we're in the seller hub here, as usual, and we've gone listings and active, and that will bring up your active listings page. And here it is. Now, if you go, what I want you to do first of all, if you go right down the bottom, and look, some of you may already know this, you can change the amount of items that you can see on a page. So there's 25, 50, 100, 200. So when you get good at it, you might decide you're happy to go to the 200. But for this example, I only want to do 25. So I'm leaving it on 25. And I'm going to suggest that if you haven't done it before, that is where you start. So let's click on the little arrow to go back up the top. And there we go. Now, usually when you go into your active listings, it will be sorted by the most recent listing to your oldest listing. What we want to do is reverse that, because usually when you're doing an end and sell similar, you want to start with your oldest listings first. So we're going to just click on this little arrow here, like so, and wait for it to load. Put all those things in reverse order, and you'll be able to tell by the date that you are at your oldest listings. Now, to do this in the bulk editor, all we do is we click on this little box here at the top, and that will select all 25 of those listings. And you'll see here, it says 25 selected. So we have selected all of these things here, all of these 25 listings, and that is what we are going to end and sell similar. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you do not go to sell similar. No, 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 no. Do not do that, because you risk doubling up, because these are already listed. You'll get in there and do it, and it'll say, no, you can't do that because that is duplicate listings, which eBay does not allow. So what you want to do first is end, and that's why we call it end and sell similar. So if you go to actions, and then the top one here is end listings. And now we see the 25 listings are here, and you've always got the choice. It says, are you sure you want to end these? You've always got the choice of double checking what's there. In this instance, we're just going to click on end listings. Waiting for that to load. Usually I would cut out all this little bit of wait time and stuff just to make the videos be a little bit faster for you guys. But today, because I'm trying to do it all in one hit, and, you know, yeah, it's quite a warm day here, and I just do not want the bother of the laptop overheating, and hence why I'm doing it through the main computer. So now we'll have a look, and I should have made note of the number, but if we have a look at our active listings, we now have 2,432 listings, which is always a good idea to write that down, because that will be your original store number, which we should have written down, 2,432, and that is the number of how many listings you had less the 25 that we have ended. So now what you need to do is go over here to where it actually says ended on your left and click on that. And that will bring us up the 25 listings that we just ended. So what we want to do now is click on the box at the top and select all 25 that we have ended. From there, we are going to sell similar, which we're going to click on here. And that is going to bring those 25 up in the bulk listing tool or the bulk editing tool. And from here, like, you know, one of the beauties of this is that you can actually make some changes in here if you want to. So, for example, let's have a look. Let's have a look at whether we should change any of these. Have a quick scroll down. I'm sure I'll be able to find one that might need fixing up. All right, so here we go. So if we have a look at this one, which is Dawn Exogenesis 1988. So I have listed it like that, and then I put 1988 vintage sci-fi paperback. And then at the end, I've put by Octavia Butler, which really is the wrong order to put it in. So from here, you can actually simply go in there, highlight that, cut, and put a space back in. And then I can go to the end of the book title, insert the cursor, and then I can paste. And that will change that and put that up there. So you can quickly go in and make changes, simple changes into the actual titles while you're in there. And then you click off that and you'll see that one is actually updating. Right, so you can do that. You can do other things in bulk if you wish, which like you can highlight all of them by clicking the box here and say we wanted to change the prices. So I'm going to go to the buy it now price in this case, and you've got a choice. You can lower by, you can increase by, you can change to, if you want to put the same rate on each book. So in this case, I'm going to lower the price of all 25 of these and only by 1%. Because really all I'm looking at doing is trying to increase my store traffic. But at the same time, if my prices are a bit high and every day I go in and I'm doing this store reset, and every time I do that, if I lower it by 1%, sooner or later I'm going to get to the price that someone is comfortable to pay for those things. So that is what I am doing there. And then I'm going to apply that, and it's going to apply this to all of the listings. And there we have it. They've all been done. And then what we're going to do is go here to the bottom on the right, and we're just going to hit submit all. It brings up the box. It says 25 listings in total to be submitted. Now, underneath that, it says insertion fee. $0. Now, if you happen to be someone that lists in two categories, and I'm one of those people that do that, for example, if I've got denim shorts, I list them both in the jeans section and in the shorts section. And if you do that, when you end and sell similar, you do get charged a 6-cent fee again for that extra category. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that's going to cost you a few dollars depending on how many you've got. And then I'm going to hit submit, and we're going to wait while it goes through and fixes those listings up. It now says 25 listings are now live. So we're going to go done. It's going to take us back out of the bulk editor, back to the unsold listings page. Now, we don't want to do anything else there just at the minute, because what we want to do is actually check and make sure those listings have gone back into active listings. So our figure without those listings was 4,332, and if we add 25 to that, we get 4,557 is where we should be. So if we go back to active, we can now see that we do have indeed 4,557. So those 25 books are now back in there. If you are really worried and not sure, you can always go back in here, reverse the date again. So you're going to so you're going actually back to the newest, and then you'll actually be able to scroll down and see that, yes, indeed, they were the 25 books that I just did the cell similar on. So that is that part of it. Then what do? We need to go back and make sure we clean up our little mess, which is what we always should do. So we're going to go back to ended, because those 25 listings will still be in the ended section. And so that we don't get confused or try and do duplicate listings, we are going to hit the box at the top and select them all. And we are going to go to actions, and then we're going to go to delete. It will ask us, are we sure we want to delete them? And we will say yes, delete. And now they are all gone. And that is how you do an end and cell similar. And as I said, you can select as many or as little of the actual books that you want. If you do happen to be going ahead and doing a reset, you may want to select more than 25 if you have 2,000 items in your store, because otherwise it's going to be a very long day while you're doing that. Now, I do want to show you, let's come back to the main screen here, and I do want to show you a sale from today. So just bear with me. I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and then I am going to share another screen. And I'm going to show you this lot of books, which was a bundle that I sold yesterday. And these are the Ella Diaries, which are like a pre-teen type little book. And this is also going to show you how I would photograph a bundle of books. In general, I will make the first photograph what am I going to call that? A pile of books, a bundle of books, all lined up nice and neat. These are beautiful and colourful books, and they photograph up beautifully. And then I'm going to generally stand one on top so that they can see what the front actually looks like. Then I will get my ruler and I'll lie it down so that you can see how wide it is. And it also at the same time is taking a picture of each of the edges of the books, because I want people to be aware of the condition of the books when they buy them. And as you can see, like these vary, like some of these, this one here and this one here are in really, really good condition. Some of the others, not so much. And I'll also put my ruler down here so you can see the actual height of the book. So we'll go around the whole lot again. Then I will photograph all the fronts. I'll take 4 usually and photograph the fronts and then the backs, and then work out from there. So with this particular bundle, because there were 9 books, I decided to do that in 4, 3, and then 2. So this is the second lot, and I do the backs, and then I do the last two, and then do the backs. Now, the reason for doing it this way is that if someone wants to know what one of the books is about, even on a mobile phone, they'll actually be able to zoom in on that picture and see what it's like. Then I'm going to show a couple of pages from the inside to show that these have not been written in and that sort of thing. Or if they did have writing in them, I would show some, like I'd show a picture of what the writing looked like. Then I'll go to the publishing page, and in this instance, these were published in 2017, and this particular one that we're looking at here is a first edition, so that is pretty nifty. So we have stopped sharing that, and I'm back, and now I'm going to show you what I sold it for. I'm sorry I have to keep swapping like this, but it's going to be just the easiest thing for me to do today so that I do not have to set up my laptop and all that sort of jazz to do this. So I thought I'd just, do it this way. And if it works out, I might do some more nuggets like this, because it kind of is easier because you're doing it all on the computer. You don't have to edit it as long as you don't stuff it up too much. So these are the Ella Diaries, as I said, by Meredith Constane. It is a 9 paperback book bundle about friendship and adventure. Now, I had a 21% off coupon running over the weekend, so these were sold with that coupon. So I had these books listed for $33.21. And you might wonder about the odd figure there, and that is because I've been doing the minus 1% every day. And so they were coming down just a little bit every day. So it was $33.21 plus the postage of $11.50. Then the person gets the 21% discount, which is $6.97, leaving a gross profit of $37.74. Then we had our transaction fees, which were $3.44. And this was a promoted sale, so we've got an ad fee of $2.70. And then if we go over to my list of sales, I can tell you that this was sent to a rural area, so the cost of the postage is a bit dearer, making the packaging and posting around about the $11 mark. And that means out of the whole thing, I came away with a $16.14 profit, because these books cost me 50 cents each. And I didn't get them all in any one place. I collected a couple here and a couple there, and I made sure that I only spent 50 cents on them, so that I knew that once I got enough to put in a bundle, I could bundle them up and sell them at, like, knowing that the cost of goods was 50 cents for each book. So the cost of goods on this one was $4.50. And so I actually got about a 75% return on these books. My profit is about 75% of the listed price, which in my book's pretty good. And especially given that it was sold, hang on, I'll stop sharing. Especially given that I did sell it with a 21% off coupon, plus I'd been reducing the price a little bit each day for a few days. So that is it, boys and girls. It's all over, Red Rover, for another day. And I'm bloody glad too, because I've been in my Grumpy Granny shirt this morning because we've been recording the podcast. Exciting new podcast episode tomorrow, let me tell you. There's a little bit of a surprise happening with it too. So I hope you enjoy it. But it's actually quite warm here today. It's well over 30 degrees. I think it's about 33 or 34 now. I've just put the air conditioner on. But I have to say, this Granny's shirt has got long sleeves, and it's a bit warm. Like, it's really not designed for warm weather. So I'm going to be bloody glad to get out of it and get these hair rollers out of my hair today, because it's a bit bloody hot, let me tell you. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. There will be no after little spiel that you will get, and there will be no Grumpy Granny thing jumping up today, because, as I said, I'm doing this straight through StreamYard and doing it live, and hence why it's a little bit longer than normal. But I also wanted you to understand how to do the end and cell similar, and I honestly do hope that it is helpful for you. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. And don't forget to watch the podcast. It comes live at 8:08 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hooroo now.